Viewmasters, it's the podcast that we do. Viewmasters, talk about movies that we view. Viewmasters, my friend Eric and me, Joe. Viewmasters, hey, let's start the show.
Hey, welcome to the Viewmasters, episode 358, When 8 Bells Toll. My name is Joe.
My name is Eric.
Hello, Eric.
Hello, Joe.
How are you?
I'm doing all right. Feeling a little proud of myself for managing that 8 and 8.
That was good synergy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't even realize it until I was saying the title.
Me neither.
But yeah, you should be very proud of yourself.
Oh,
and I'm proud of you.
well, thank you. I need that sometimes.
And me too, I understand.
Joe, I'm proud of you too.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, that's so nice. I did successfully remember the title of the movie.
It's true. Yeah.
Even though it largely has nothing to do with anything in the movie.
Yeah, no, not really.
Yeah.
I think they say 8 bells at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Apparently it is a nautical term for midnight.
Okay.
Which the climax of the movie apparently takes place at midnight.
I guess.
It's not that dark out.
It really isn't. I mean, it's the Scottish Highlands. Who knows what it's like up there?
It's true.
Could be a 30 days of night situation.
Yeah.
There are vampires in this, I think.
Are there? Oh, shit. I forgot. I wondered why whenever Anthony Hopkins was taking someone out, he was staking them in the heart. I was like, that's oddly specific. But, he's got a method. He's got a thing.
Yep.
No, I feel like what I know about the Scottish Highlands is that it's foggy?
Okay.
Misty?
Yeah. And immortals come from there.
And immortals, obviously.
Yeah.
There can be multiples at a time.
Sure.
But yeah, not a lot of fog in this movie.
No, I mean, I guess it'd probably be hard to shoot.
Probably.
Yeah. Especially in, the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't have fog in the 70s.
I mean, they probably, didn't have the correct equipment to properly shoot in the fog in the 70s.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. Especially for a movie that is seemingly as cheap as this one.
Yeah. For as cheap as this movie is, I liked it a lot. Like the underwater sequence on the sunken boat was legitimately thrilling.
Yeah?
And that can't have been cheap to film, right?
Probably
Underwater cameras and such.
Yeah. I felt like, that probably was a significant portion of the budget. And helicopter rental.
Yes.
Lots of helicopter in this
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah. Helicopter crash?
Yeah.
But yes, there is a very, very, very extended helicopter sequence.
Yeah. I got, I don't know if you've ever seen obviously, first things first, huge James Bond vibes.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you've ever seen Thunderball.
No.
It came out in 1965, and it, I think, was one of the very first movies to utilize underwater camera technology.
Okay.
Extensively. And that movie is a snooze.
Yeah.
Because they were like, we paid for this. Fucking everything is getting shot, and all of it is going in the fucking movie.
I mean, that's kind of like, James Bond on skis and on Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Yeah.
So, I get it. Oh, that's funny.
I think the underwater scene in this one is definitely better than in Thunderball. But, they had 5-6 years to perfect it.
Right. Yeah. Or at least realize what to cut.
Sure, yeah. I think definitely what helps is only having 2, maybe 3 people in the underwater scene at a time.
Yeah.
In James Bond, there's hundreds.
Oh, wow.
And it's they're all dressed the same because they're all wearing scuba gear.
Right.
It was, at least, they were Anthony Hopkins is wearing scuba gear. The other two guys wearing, those
space suits.
Yeah, heavy diving suits. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I know who those guys are. I know who that guy is.
They are the spacesuits that Roman and Tej wore to space, and
yes, they are.
in F9.
Yes.
Yeah.
It always comes back.
It always does.
It has ruined our lives.
Our brains are completely fucking rotted. Oh, man. Yeah, I read that apparently Sean Connery said that he wasn't going to make any more James Bond movies.
Yeah.
And so the producers of this movie were like, there is a spy action genre gap that needs to be filled. And we will fill it with Anthony Hopkins as something Calvert. Philip Calvert.
Commander Philip Calvert. Same rank as Bond.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is he a commander?
He is a commander.
I just know he's 007.
Yep.
Did not know he had a rank.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Oh, man. What do you think of Anthony Hopkins?
I like Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah? What do you think of Anthony Hopkins in this movie?
I think his acting is very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is wrong for this role.
Yeah. I think he plays the dialogue scenes very well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a little impressed. He seemed to be doing a lot of his own stunts.
He did, yeah.
There are like a handful of times where it's like, well, that is clearly somebody else.
Right.
But few and far between. I'm very surprised about it, but he is not lithe.
Yeah.
Agile.
I don't even mean that he's physically wrong for this role, though he is. I mean, like, just vibes-wise. Like, he's a creep. Like, he creeps me out.
Okay.
Like the role of Hannibal Lecter has retroactively overshadowed all of the previous roles.
All right. I mean, it is hard to not think about it when you see Anthony Hopkins in anything.
Yeah.
So I'll give you that. There's a little creep vibe in this movie, but also I feel like because they are riffing so hard on Bond, who was also, he's a creep.
It's true. Very, very true.
Yeah. And I feel like Hopkins doesn't have the suaveness to pull it off by being, by making you think it's charming rather than just being creepy.
Yes. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, like the scene at the end where he's letting the female villain of the movie escape.
Right.
And like there's just something about him in the moonlight that is so creepy.
Yeah. I mean, also no chemistry with her whatsoever.
None at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt more chemistry between him and the intelligence guy.
Oh yeah,
Hunsley.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They were friends for a long time.
Well, sure.
And they were in love.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I definitely read that into at least Hunsley.
Yeah. No, I felt like I was getting reciprocal vibes from Hopkins towards him as well.
Yeah.
Just chilling on boats together, freshly showered.
Yeah.
Bandaging each other,
It's nice.
Yeah, it is nice. It's relationship goals.
Yeah. It's true. Oh, boy.
So I'm honestly surprised that you enjoyed this.
Really?
Yeah.
It was really fun.
It is fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of... No, it's not even slow. Like, I thought that I was going to be bored.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it's relatively low stakes. They're just hunting the people who are hijacking ships and stealing their gold bullion.
Right.
But But yeah, I felt like it moved pretty well. There's enough entertaining action throughout that you don't really have time to doze off or have my mind didn't wander much.
Right.
I really enjoyed it. And I don't know why theatergoers in 1971 did not also really enjoy it. Other than Anthony Hopkins is a creep.
Yeah, I mean, that probably couldn't have helped. I don't know if this was his first movie or not, but
said it was his first major role.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. 35 years old in this movie.
Really?
34, something like that.
Good looking guy.
Yeah. But also, I was like, he seemed like he was in his mid-40s, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, it kind of goes back to my thing about the physicality of it, which again, he is also wrong for.
Yeah.
But, he's not exactly in top shape.
Yeah.
like he's in good shape for Anthony Hopkins.
Definitely. Yeah, he is svelte.
Yeah.
For sure.
But he is he's no James Bond.
No.
Which is the unfortunate shadow over this movie, I feel like.
Yeah.
Even though I guess they were trying for a realistic and grim, or not grim, but gritty version of a spy thriller.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I guess, yeah. I mean, like, the fantastical stuff is pretty low-key and down to earth on it. So,
yeah.
Being set in the Scottish Highlands and on the sea kind of helps that, too. This is a very water-based movie.
There's so much water in this movie.
This is the wettest movie ever.
That was the tagline, I think, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
It really stuck up a craw in James Cameron's ass. Just like, I'll show you. Everything he's made since then.
You won't even know what wetness is. You'll be so wet you'll think you'll never be dry again.
Which was the tagline for Avatar 2, The Way of Water.
And 4 Weddings and a Funeral.
What?
Andy McDowell has a line towards the end of 4 Weddings and a Funeral. She and Hugh Grant are standing in the rain. And she says something along the lines of, I'm so wet I don't think I'll ever be dry again.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's an Eric hasn't seen.
Yeah. You're fine.
I heard the Scott hasn't seen episode of it.
Yeah.
I feel fine.
I think you're good. Yeah. I forgot all about Avatar 2.
It is surprising that those are it's a $1 billion franchise.
Yeah.
With now at least 2 movies, more coming.
Yeah.
And just nobody thinks about them.
They have absolutely zero cultural staying power beyond their initial release.
Right. I saw the first one.
Yeah.
Mostly because I wanted to see what the 3D was like on it.
Yeah, the 3D was real cool.
Yeah. Haven't thought about it since.
Right.
Until I saw an ad for Avatar 2.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, that thing existed once. I won't see this. Haven't yet.
Excellent. Probably not going to pick it for the show.
Good. I mean, it's also probably like 3.5 hours long or whatever. So.
Obviously.
Yeah. This was only 94 minutes.
I am a big fan of that.
Yeah, from stern to stem.
Yes.
Just starts off and ends.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good work.
Yeah. No 39 animated movie logos before it starts,
Well, it's not that independent a feature.
That's true.
That it had so many production companies behind it. I thought about during the credits at the end, which last about a minute.
Sure.
And it's all just the cast.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
It's pretty small.
Pre-union movies when they didn't have to list every single person involved.
I mean, I feel like they probably did list everybody involved.
They didn't list any camera people.
Did they not?
No.
I don't know.
No, it was literally just the cast
Okay.
and whatever production.
All right. I thought I saw some other things other than the cast.
At least I didn't during the closing credits. Maybe
Yeah.
during the opening credits there were other credits.
Yeah, either way, who cares?
Yeah.
Man, I used to work,
fuck the crew.
right? I used to work at a movie theater. And sometimes movie will break, and sometimes movie lets out and everybody leaves immediately, so we just stop the movie.
Yeah.
And we did that once, and people started bitching
Wow.
because they knew somebody who worked on that movie, and they were sitting in the crowd waiting to see their name come up as the key grip or whatever.
Aw.
And that we legally had to show all the credits to that movie, and this was an outrage.
That's hilarious.
It was like, okay.
Did you start him again for him?
No.
Aw. You're like, go see it again.
Yep. Yeah.
Enjoy their work.
Yeah, support your friend that way.
Yeah. Oh, man.
When 8 Bells Toll.
Yes.
So I had never heard of this movie until like a month or so ago. I had been watching all the Hannibal Lecter movies.
Sure.
And I have the Kino Lorber release of Hannibal, the Ridley Scott sequel,
Nice.
which is not that great.
Yeah, it's not.
No. And apparently Kino Lorber, I mean, they're kind of a niche, media outlet.
Okay.
Like along the lines of like a Criterion or, Arrow and all that.
Gotcha.
But a lot of their releases, like they really don't put any extra features on. They're just like, hey, here's this rare movie that you can't really get anywhere else. Just enjoy what you get.
Right.
And that is exactly what this disc is.
It took us enough work to get a usable print of this.
Right.
That we could put it on DVD.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
So Hannibal pretty much only just had trailers. And it had a trailer for this movie.
Nice.
And like it started immediately playing, like right when the movie ended. Like
Interesting.
right?
Yeah.
And so I was just like, what the fuck is happening here? Because like I just let the credits roll, and to see young Anthony Hopkins swinging around from a helicopter, I was just like, what? And immediately decided I need to see this.
Yeah. So you bought it.
So I bought it. Yeah.
Because you're a lunatic.
Sure. Like you haven't done somewhere.
You're right. I did buy Morbius having not seen it.
Well, that one was worth it, clearly.
That's true. That's very true.
I mean, you've already pre-ordered your copy of Madam Web, right?
The Steelbook, obviously. She's the center of everything.
She is. Everything.
Everything.
Every franchise. Every movie.
I love the idea that Dakota Johnson thought she was in an actual Marvel movie. That makes me so happy. Like, Madam what? Okay, sure.
Sure, yeah. That famous character, Madam Web.
From the Avengers.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
When 8 Bells Toll.
When 8 Bells Toll.
Not a heavy plot.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Just action set piece to action set piece, basically.
Yeah, mostly on boats.
Yeah.
With the occasional wacky character.
I was bummed by the end of the helicopter sequence. I liked his pilot friend.
Yeah.
Like that actually kind of got me.
Yeah, he was good, and when Hunsley gets killed,
Yeah,
which
happens off screen.
happens off screen, and it's pretty heavily implied that he's dead. He's just not coming back.
Yeah,
but it's
the discovery of his body was pretty good.
Yeah. But Philip Calvert just lost the love of his life.
It's true. Yeah, he's a man on a mission.
Yeah. There is a couple twists to the movie.
Yeah.
One of which, you kind of pointed out, gets a little bit lost because the movie is just old British white guys.
Yeah, absolutely did not land for me. I was like, I feel like I should know who that guy is. He looks vaguely familiar. Was he not there earlier? And then absolutely no comeuppance for him other than a fucking spear through the torso.
No, that is a different guy.
That's a different guy?
That was a different guy.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I thought that was him.
Nope.
Who was that guy?
That was the guy with who was married to the to the evil woman.
No, that was the guy who got exploded by the grenade. I thought.
Yeah, that's right. He did go.
He was like up there, and
right.
Not Sean Connery throws a grenade and like swings it around Fast and Furious style on a rope so that it lands where he wants it to go.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
you're right. That is what happened to that guy.
Yeah.
Right. None of these characters have names.
No, absolutely no. If they do, I do not know what they are.
Nope.
One guy's name is Asky Farkas. I don't know.
Sarkis.
Yes. Circus.
Sir Anthony Serkis.
That's right.
So do you think when Anthony Hopkins was making this movie and he heard that line, he was just like, it sounds really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that.
Anthony.
I'm going to do that someday.
Yeah. That's going to be me.
Yeah. Also, Sir Andy Serkis, when he saw this movie, was like, I could do that.
Is he a sir? Is he a
No,
knight?
no,
Okay.
he's not. Not yet.
I mean, he should be.
Give it time.
Yeah. I mean, if anyone, the director of Venom, Let There Be Carnage should be knighted.
Did Andy Serkis direct that? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god. Why have I still not watched that movie yet?
I don't know.
I've watched Morbius, but I haven't watched that yet.
It's much better.
I can imagine it would have to be. Oh, wow. Yeah, so the first twist is that one of the bad guys works for the agency?
Yeah. MI5?
Yeah?
7?
Yeah, MI7. That's what we'll go with.
All right. Hang on. My cat would have been freaking out.
Aw.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, at that point I looked at you and was like, who is that?
So I looked at you and I said, twist!
Yeah.
And you had no clue.
Like, it was presented to me as if it was supposed to be a twist.
I mean, yeah, it is a reveal. But I totally can see why you would just, like, he showed up twice.
Yeah.
He looks like every other gray-haired, bushy-eyebrowed British man that's in this movie.
Right.
Except for the one guy, who is a fucking delight.
Oh, the boss?
Yeah.
The boss who looks like Peter Pettigrew from the Harry Potter movies?
Yes. Uncle Arthur.
Yes. He was pretty delightful.
He was great. I don't know if you ever listened to the podcast Super Ego.
I do not.
But it's a sketch comedy, improv comedy, and they have a bit where it is how British am I skit. And they mostly, because Matt Gorley, is in love with James Bond.
Right.
They pretty much do it as M, talking to James Bond, how British am I? and I feel like this entire movie is just an extended version of a How British Am I sketch.
100%.
Because they are the most British.
Bring me some proper biscuits.
Yep. No subtitles on this Blu-ray. Really hard to understand most anything that was said.
I think I got used to it. There were definitely parts towards the very beginning where I was like, I did not catch any of what was just said.
Nope, not at all. And anytime anyone was absolutely 100% Scottish, no, I was done for.
Yeah.
Nope, couldn't do it.
I mean, that I feel like even the subtitles would have just been like unintelligible. Or the shrug emoji.
Sure. I do love a Scottish accent, though.
I do, too.
Yeah.
Very much so.
It delights me. For whatever reason, just in my head, I've forgotten that Grant Morrison is Scottish.
Yeah.
And whenever I hear an interview with them, it just... It's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
On top of everything else they got going on, they're Scottish, too.
Like, the most Scottish.
Yep. It's a fun movie.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's light. We didn't talk about the second twist.
Oh yeah.
The second twist, of course, is that throughout the movie we mentioned what's his name, Circus, and which is not his name.
No.
And the fact that he had a previous wife who died and was remarried to a much younger woman.
Yes.
And then it turns out first wife not actually dead, being held as blackmail, and the much younger woman is actually one of the villains.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, who then quote unquote escapes from the clutches of the villains to Anthony Hopkins' safety of his boat.
Yes.
To help him unfurl the plot.
Yeah.
I guess. But she's shady the entire time.
She's spying on him.
Yep.
He does not trust her.
Nor should he.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, obviously, women. But she's also not very subtle about the fact that she is just real shady.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. She, like Anthony Hopkins, is kind of a creep.
Yeah. Yeah. I for sure thought that the scene when shortly after she comes onto their boat and she makes them coffee.
That they were poisoned?
Yeah.
Me too.
100%.
Yeah. I was like, don't drink that.
Right?
You fools.
But then, I don't know, maybe movies have just trained us to think that way.
Maybe. But also, I mean, it does present her as sort of suspicious.
Yeah.
Throughout.
From the jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is she Soviet? Or French? I could not place her accent, and I'm terrible at it.
I would say French.
Okay.
Only because her name didn't seem Soviet, the actress's name.
Okay.
Which I cannot recall at the moment. And because I believe the director was French.
Okay.
So I'm just grasping at straws there. So.
I think I'm thinking of Lee Merriweather as Miss Kitka. Another classic late 60s, early 70s femme fatale.
Sure. Pretending to be someone they're not.
Exactly.
Yeah. Which, much better movie than this.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you.
Yep.
Way more watchable, I think, than this.
Yeah.
But again, this still was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was not bad at all.
Yeah.
I was very surprised, honestly. I mean, I always hope that everything we watch will be good.
Yeah.
And sometimes really disappointed, and then sometimes we're just kind of satisfied.
Yeah. I think the fact that it was only 90 minutes really helps.
Sure.
If it had been longer, I would not have been happy.
Yeah. I feel like this type of movie, they weren't really going for the hefty run times back in the day. So.
Yeah. Well, shorter movie means more showings.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
I don't get why people don't understand that.
I don't fucking get it either. Movies are so expensive anyway.
Right?
Like, wouldn't they want to make shorter movies so they can make as much money as they possibly can?
Right? But then on the other hand, if you're going out to a movie and you're paying full ticket prices, don't you want to have the longer experience that you can?
I guess that's true as well. Yeah.
It's a give and take.
Shit.
All right, next episode, we're going to figure out how to save the movie industry.
Yes, perfect.
But not this episode.
Not this one. No,
Yeah.
it's got to be next one.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, not a ton to talk about.
Not really, yeah.
I mean, this movie's hard to find.
Yeah.
I managed to snag a used copy on eBay for it. So good luck out there if this at all interested you.
If you watch Hannibal,
Right?
and you get to that trailer and are like, ooh.
Right. The out of print version of Hannibal.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Because that's another thing about Kino Lorber. They release something and then it immediately is out of print.
It goes back in the Kino Learner vaults.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yep. Good luck paying less than $30 for something.
Did you pay $30 for this?
I did not pay $30.
Okay,
for this
good.
movie. I did pay like $22 for it. Though.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's acceptable.
It's reasonable. The most I've ever paid for a movie. I bought Remo Williams' The Adventure Begins for about $50.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I bought a used copy of Return to Oz for, I think, $35.
I recall that. Oh, no, wait. Okay, I have not paid more than $50 for anything, but I have paid $50 multiple times.
Okay.
Yeah. I just remembered Dawn of the Dead. I paid $50 for that.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah. The original, not
Right.
the Snagzider version.
Yeah. I got that in the clearance section at Half Price Books for $3.
Yeah. It's everywhere. I mean, I paid a little more for that because I got the special, Shout Factory edition.
Ooh.
But it was still like, less than $20.
Yeah. Oh, listener, write in. Let us know what's the most you've ever paid for physical media.
Yeah, I'm interested.
I would actually be interested to know that as well.
What's the most you've ever paid for a comic?
Oh, don't ask me that question.
Fair.
Because I don't remember, but it was expensive.
Just talking single issue.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I used to have some like Key Silver Age books that I don't have anymore that I paid some money for.
Yeah.
But that I would have to pay a lot more money for now if I wanted to track them down again.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Comics are fun.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I like them.
Me too. I don't have much else to say.
I don't really either. Yeah.
Anything making you happy this past week?
A few things.
Okay.
Last week, my partner and I went to the movies.
Okay.
We went to see A24 re-released Hereditary.
Oh, nice.
In IMAX.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't know why it had to be IMAX, but I would have seen it either way.
Sure.
But yeah, we went to see that, and it's one of her favorite scary movies.
Nice.
I had seen it one time and remembered basically nothing about it other than the car sequence.
Sure, yeah.
Which sort of overshadowed everything in my mind.
Yeah.
So it was basically like seeing it for the first time.
Yeah.
That movie was fucking great.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh my god, I loved it.
Yeah. I watched that with my ex during the Halloween season, and I have never heard anyone scream so loudly
while
watching a movie.
Yeah.
Than several times during that.
Yeah, I jumped a few times for sure.
Yeah.
I flinched, but I forced myself to watch. I did not look away from anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, the shot of the head on the side of the road. Holy shit.
Yeah, it comes at you.
Yeah.
When I saw it in theaters, damn near had a panic attack.
Yeah.
Almost walked out.
I can see that.
Never, ever during a movie have I ever had that kind of reaction.
It's so stressful.
Yep.
And there's just like this buzz underneath the whole thing.
Yep.
That only cuts out a few times, and it's so uncomfortable. I loved it.
It's great.
I loved it. I can't wait to watch it again.
My new lady friend.
Ooh, okay.
She loves a spooky movie, and was telling me that she's slowly trying to train her children into watching them as well. And I said, Hereditary. She said, not ready yet.
Yeah. Casper. Let's ease our way into it. Every now and then I think about just the concept of Casper. A child dies.
Yep.
And their ghost has unfinished business.
Is that the girl from Hereditary?
No, that's Payman, one of the 8 kings of hell. Obviously.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Oh, Ann Dowd is a treasure. I love her so much.
Is that the girl?
That's Joan, the woman from the grief group who befriends.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
What's her nuts?
Toni Collette.
Toni Collette. Thank you. Yeah. But yeah, she was on The Leftovers.
Okay. Yeah.
She was on Handmaid's Tale.
I don't know.
She's been in a bunch of episodes of Law and Order as a different character every time.
Well,
obviously,
sure. That's what you do on
and
Law and Order.
Yeah, she's wonderful. She's just a great character actor.
Good for her.
Yeah.
I mean, the character was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
That I've seen her in.
Did you watch The Leftovers?
I did watch The Leftovers.
She was like the main guilty remnant woman that Justin Theroux sort of
the heavy smoker.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kevin.
Yeah. Yeah, she's great on that show.
She's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the main thing.
All right.
Yeah. What's making you happy?
I don't know. We didn't do an episode last week, so I think this was from the week before, actually.
Okay. Counts.
Yeah. Actually, no. You know what? No. Since we mentioned Hereditary, I recently decided to rewatch Garth Marenghi's Dark Place.
Okay.
I had been watching the Matt Berry and then the Toast of London and Toast of Tinseltown, and those finished, and I was looking for just more Matt Berry stuff. And a friend of mine was telling me that she was watching Garth Marenghi's Dark Place, and I totally forgotten that Matt Berry is in that.
I've never heard of that.
It is a 6-episode series.
Okay.
From the early to mid 2000s. It is the premise of it is there is a Stephen King-esque writer by the name of Garth Marenghi, who back in the 80s decided to write, direct, and star in his own hospital procedure.
Okay.
And so, like, there's the wraparound of him talking about it and, like, interviews with him and his producer, played by Richard Ayoade, and Matt Berry occasionally.
Nice.
And then the bulk of it is, like, an episode of the show that he made.
Where's this available to watch?
It is available on both Amazon Prime and Peacock.
Okay, excellent.
Highly recommended. And there's a moment from episode 2, which the lone female doctor in the show, who is also psychic,
Sure.
basically turns on all the men for disrespecting her. And there's a moment where she is like floating up in the corner of her room.
Now I see how we got here.
Yep. And I saw that, I was like, oh, Hereditary. But like 20 years before it.
Amazing. That's spectacular. Oh, during that scene in the movie, holy shit, I didn't see her at first. And like all my eyes were just on the kid as he's getting up out of bed.
Yeah.
And then Katie sort of nudged me and pointed, and I was like, ah! Holy shit. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. When I watched it with my ex, she gasped loudly and then punched me.
That sounds exactly right.
Yep. How Toni Collette did not win an Oscar for that movie is a fucking crime.
It really is. Yeah. I listened to the Scott Hasn't Seen episode about the movie Clock Watchers.
Yeah.
Which I had never heard of before. In my head, it was a movie from the early 2000s called Clock Stoppers.
The Spike Lee.
Is that I don't know if it's a Spike Lee movie, but it's about kids who can stop time.
Oh no, that's something different.
Okay.
I feel like Spike Lee did a movie called Clock something.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
25th Hour?
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
I don't know. But
time.
But yeah, Toni Collette's wonderful, and the listening to the episode about Clock Watchers made me really want to watch it, and Toni Collette's in that, and so I don't know.
Yeah,
that's how I got there.
She's great.
She's wonderful.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, I gotta pick a movie, don't I?
Yeah.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah.
You want to watch the original Roadhouse?
Is Patrick Swayze?
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
Hell yeah.
I feel like I've maybe been waiting for this moment for
Yeah.
someone to like just say, "Hey, let's watch it."
Yeah.
Because I would never watch it on my own.
Yeah. No,
But
me either.
Absolutely, I would watch it for the show.
Yeah, I feel like it's a cultural blind spot.
Same.
So. And I forget, I don't know what we were talking about a couple weeks ago. Oh, I think we saw an ad for the new Jake Gyllenhaal one.
Yeah.
And I was like, eh.
Right.
And you're like, I've never seen that or the original. And I was like, gonna file that one away.
There we go.
Because it was already on my list.
Yeah, I still don't have any interest in seeing the new one.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe watching the original one will make me want to watch the new one.
We'll see.
Who knows?
Or at least the sequel with Jonathan Schack.
What? Oh, right. We did talk about that, didn't we?
We did.
Oh,
right.
boy.
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
I'm sure
Next
it's
time.
streaming somewhere.
It's on, I think it's on Prime.
All right.
Yeah,
Huh?
along with the new one.
Yeah, they just took my $3 extra a month, so
Mhm.
we should be good.
Hell yeah. Oh, boy.
All right.
All right. Well, until next time, I hope that you continue to master everything that you view. And that's what I'm going with for right now.
All right.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. Thank you for listening to The Viewmasters. You can subscribe to the show directly at our websites view.guttertrash.net or on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. Visit our website at view.guttertrash.net for information about our Twitter and Instagram. Once again, thank you for listening to The Viewmasters. We'll see you next time.